live here. Mate, that way. We're just setting up the live. We've got chaps down there. At the moment we've got Siliva Havili. I'll check out this one here at Sounds. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, that's working. Just turn that down. So I'm sitting around the corner. There's chaps is just there waiting. We're going to have Siliva Havili, Michael G. Cam and Cameron Murray coming on. Just thought we'd start the broadcast early so people could find out what's going on. I'm just going to walk over here and have a look. I can't really take the camera with you, but so we've got Danny Wilder and assembled media, Grant Chappell there from Rabbitohs Fan TV, and Liva's having a chat. He's going to come around and sit up here in the grandstand with us. So when each player finishes their chat, we're going to bring him around here. We've just watched the team train at Redfern Oval. There was no Latrell Mitchell. There was no Stretch Campbell Graham. So I'm just trying to talk a bit quiet here because so let's let me listen to this audio. But I'm just going to jump in while we wait for Liva Havili. I put the Rabbitohs Fan TV bag here just so you could see something on camera. But yeah, so we had a really successful live stream yesterday here right at this very stadium, Landmark High Performance Centre, also known as Redfern Oval, and thank you to everyone who jumped on. We haven't got quite as many on today because it's not a big event like the A grade one. It's a huge here we come now, Liva Havili. So
just be a quick couple of minutes, bud.
Thanks, champion. I'll just get you to sit there and I'll just make sure you run the shot. Yeah, that's perfect.
New camera?
Yes. Yeah, we've got a sponsor off this camera and shop in the city, and they give us a bit of a discount on it. Yeah.
So we're live now on our YouTube, so you can look in.
Oh, okay, sweet.
Hey, live.
Liva, we might just find out a little bit more about you here on Rabbitohs Fan TV. Maybe where are you from and what was it like growing up there, bud?
Originally, I'm from New Zealand. Grew up in South Auckland, Otara. Grew up there.
Is that a tough place?
Yeah, it's known as
figuratively speaking. Yeah,
it is actually. If you know the movie Once Were Warriors, that's where I was filmed. That's where I was brought up, born and bred, and did my younger schooling days and that. And my parents decided to send me out to in the city for school. There's a rugby league school, so
there's probably a lot of opportunities to go the wrong way, and a lot of your mates growing up might have taken the wrong fork in the road.
Definitely, I had heaps of friends. We always had the talent and everything, but obviously crossed paths and with other people and went the wrong way. So I'm glad I didn't, and I'm happy I didn't too.
Yeah. Look, we'll get to the footy. The Cowboys game on the weekend. Spoke last week to a lot of the boys like Cody that you hadn't really closed out a tight game against a top quality opposition. You could put that one to bed because that was an outstanding performance defensively, and just the way he's finished that one off.
Yeah, I think obviously with a change in the spine and in terms of me going into 9, was obviously going to change the way we sort of play and the speed of our game, and also we just it was more about we know we could defend properly and what we could build defensively and what we're working towards for next week and the finals. So it was exciting to just make them, even though they scored like some pretty cheap tries as we say, like out of our processes defensively. We still thought that we defended pretty good, so that was the pleasing part.
And you played a lot of hooker in your career, but not to bang out 60 minutes in a tough game like that against the Bunnies. You'd seen you bending over to pick a few balls up towards the end before they replaced you. You were getting a bit stiff there?
Yeah, it was just the legs are getting a bit wobbly at the back end of the stint, so I was happy that JD took me off because I was getting a bit of a spray from Cody and Lockie a bit, so I was happy. It's not good when you get a spray from them.
So. They're not a great spray to be on the end of, mate.
Nah, it's not, and then it's always just trying to get a laugh out of them too.
And the teams aren't out yet, but the Coach JD indicated that young Peter Mamazilis might get some game time this week with the absence of Cookie. What can you tell us about Pete? He's a good young kid.
Yeah, he's a good young kid. I love the way he plays, especially as a 9. He's really dynamic and really crafty out of 9. So it's exciting for us, and will be something we're looking forward to.
And mate, you've been here a fair while now, mate. Does South Sydney Rabbitohs feel like home now, or what?
Yeah, I'm getting used to Sydney now, so feels like home. It's just home for the time being. But it's home. The boys are good. It's always welcoming, and it's nice to see like fans come out, watch us train all the time. So definitely welcoming.
Now, the mainstream media don't put your name up as one of the buys of the year, but in amongst the South Sydney fan groups, you mentioned as a real bargain buy of the year, mate. You've been outstanding contributions throughout the whole season, mate.
No, thanks. Yeah, it's just enjoying my 40 a bit more, and especially for a class team, so it's exciting.
And you've been with 3 different clubs prior to this. Now that you've got to know the whole place and the way the system works, have you been impressed with the whole system here at South?
Yeah, like I said, it's just, obviously everyone talks about a family club, and you can definitely see it. Not very often you talk to the CEO all the time, and not very often you talk to the admin group, even though they're on the other side. But you still have that connection with them. You have the connection within the staff group, and they're treated just as the same as everyone else. So it's definitely a different feel, a family feel. And it's something that you can always rely on. If you're doing the wrong thing, they'll put you in place, and it's not a kick up the ass. It's more just a look out for you. So it's a good club to be a part of, and I'm happy I came here.
And you would have played in some big games in your career, mate. The one coming up this week, where does that rank, mate? You played with the Dragons and that. You would have played in front of some big crowd.
I played an Anzac game with the Dragons against them. That was pretty big. I don't know. I think this one will be pretty big because it's a new stadium. Who knows, because we might play them next week too, so that might be even bigger if that happens. A knockout game, so it's going to be obviously a big game, opening a new stadium. Hopefully we get some good momentum going into next week, and work on what we need to work on.
No worries, good luck this week against the Roosters, mate. I hope you absolutely give it to them.
Thanks, mate. Cheers.
Thanks for that, mate.
Thanks, people.
Thanks. Jump in, mate.
Liva, well done, mate.
That's perfect, bro.
Yeah, Cheeks.
How are you?
Good, mate. Yeah, I'm not too bad, buddy. We might start with a little bit of where are you from and what was it like growing up? I know we spoke to you early in the year, but you've been here for the full year now, mate.
Yep. I was born in New Zealand, Auckland. Moved over when I was 17. Played SG boy in Melbourne, and then went back home, and then came over, played my 20s in Canberra, and then ended up at Manly.
What was that like? You coming over as a 17-year-old in Melbourne? I didn't realise that.
Yeah, no, it was pretty tough. I got homesick and I got sent home. Got into a little bit of trouble. There wasn't in the right headspace, just being away from mum and dad at a young age.
Yeah, it's understandable,
yeah, good to come back to Australia. Turned out all good.
And you've had a bit of an injury-ravaged season on and off. Tell us a bit about that and some of your emotions that you've gone through.
Yeah, haven't obviously played the games that I would have loved to play this year, and this guy.
That's never behind the camera, just getting a TikTok out of him, I think. But
during pre-season, just my back started playing up, and then after the Broncos game, I felt my right leg go numb on the plane. Just told the physio and stuff, and then just try to get all the treatment and stuff. I got a couple of cortisones, but it wasn't working. And then had the surgery, disc, and then I came back, and then I just broke my thumb. It's been.
Was that during the Newcastle game? Wasn't
it? Newcastle. They came back.
Fair game that game too, mate.
Yeah, broke my thumb in that game. But it's been pretty tough. But it's a great thing about this club. Everyone cares, and we've got a great rehab team and physios and coaching staff, and they're just always checking up on you and making sure you're alright. But yeah.
And it's a real show of faith from the Rabbitohs to re-sign you as well, mate.
Yeah.
You happy about that?
Yeah, definitely. I just want to repay the faith back by the club and by playing some good footy for them and just doing my job. I love this club, man.
And just like Liva, we just had on, you've been at three or four previous clubs.
Yep.
How does the whole system here at South feel to you, mate, compared to other clubs?
Just to be honest, it just feels like a big family, man. You go out on the field and you just want to play for the guy next to you. Really, it's such a big care factor here. That helps heaps when you're on the field. Playing with the guy next to you that you want to do anything for, and I think it's massive.
And your relationship with JD, how's that tracking, mate?
Yeah, good. Got a good relationship with JD. He's a good bloke. He's the one that I was talking to try to get over here in the first when I first tried to get over here, and I'm just really grateful for the opportunity he's given me, and just want to repay back the faith. Playing some good footy.
And the rivalry, South Sydney versus the Roosters, you would have watched it from afar over your career.
Yep.
You're looking forward to having your first opportunity to get out there and bang on with these boys?
Yeah, massive rivalry, and really excited. The boys, everyone gets up for this game. It's kind of like a grand final for all the fans. Fans really love it. Pretty excited. New stadium too, so pretty keen to see what it's like. Beat them at their first.
What's the biggest game you've been a part of in your career, do you think, club-wise?
Club-wise, shucks. Probably that Tigers, we were fighting for the 8th spot. We versed Sharks at Leichhardt. It was packed out, bro. So the winner would have went through to the finals, and that would have been Tigers' first time in the finals for ages. And that was massive, bro. So that was probably the biggest game, but this one will probably be massive.
And we're on the eve of the finals. JD's trying to get some game time under your belt. What would it mean to you to play finals footy for this great club, mate?
That'll be dream come true, man. Like, that's what you play for. That's what you train for. You do all the preseason and hard work to win a championship, to win a grand final, and just to be a part of a finals campaign is really excited.
Just look, the South Sydney Rabbitohs got some big stars here. What's it like being training week in, week out with your Latrell Mitchells, Cody Walkers, your Cam Murray, special players, mate?
Yeah, it's like a saying, iron sharpens iron, and that's exactly what happens on the field. Everyone trains at such a high intensity, especially when the boys are there. We just focused on getting all our processes right, and they're always talking, man, always making sure you're running the right lines and things like that, and it really helps everyone's game. It's good, man.
There's a bit of noise in the background there, mate. Cheeks, we might let you go, mate, but thanks for joining us on Rabbitohs Fan TV, mate.
Cheers, brother. Thank you.
Thanks very much, mate.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Thanks, man.
See you, mate. Trying to rip it, mate. It'll be a great atmosphere out there.
man.
Is Cam already done? Okay, he's grabbed Nico. Sweet. So there you go. Still live here. Just had Siliva Havili. We've also had Cheeks. I'm just waiting on Captain Cam Murray. It'd be nice to talk to him before a big clash against the arch rivals, the Sydney Roosters. A rivalry that goes right back to 1908. A lot of hatred there. But the possibility of playing in grand final is pretty slim at the moment against the Roosters, because we probably might play each other in back-to-back weeks depending on the result of the Thursday night game. So I'll get my wrinkled head out front of the camera, and we'll get one of the good sorts of rugby league in front of the camera. Give him that. Honey Cam, thanks for joining us, bud.
All good.
You must be happy with the boys' performance on the weekend. I was speaking last week that hadn't really closed out a really close game this season against one of the real big heavyweights, and we did that against the Cowboys, mate.
Yeah, really pleased with the boys' effort. I think the most pleasing thing is our defence. We talked about, keeping teams to as less points as possible, and I thought we did that. We weren't overly flash in attack. I thought we were a bit clunky, to be honest. But the good thing about it was that any errors or disciplinary areas that we kind of got lost into, we defended. So I thought that was the most pleasing part of the game.
What was the opposite of the week before, where we had plenty of line breaks, 8 line breaks to 4 against the Panthers, but didn't come up with the points? This time we weren't flashy with the footy, but down the middle of the field, they never looked like getting through us. Even out in the edges, we were pretty solid.
like I said there, defence is the main thing that we take away from that game, but still a lot to learn defensively and both in attack as well. So we had a good session out there today. Practiced a lot of areas that we need to improve on, and we came off the field with a lot more confidence. So we've got captain's run to go, but starting to build nicely for Friday.
And to get to this stage of the year and be in the semi-finals, it's not your 17 that gets you there, it's the whole squad. And a bloke like Liva Havili filling in for Cookie, which is unfortunate with the COVID positive test, jumped in, he did a great job in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he did, and he did a great job. He got our players, so I guess that shows how appreciative and I guess the whole playing group was of Liva, and also everyone recognising how good a game he actually had. You know, it's pretty tough to step into a role that Cookie plays so well for us every week, and he did a great job. And I guess it's just the blueprint of what we want at this club, and that's next man up mentality. And there was no complaints, there's no whinging from Liva. He just stepped into the role and did it the best he could. So I guess that's the tester of the depth and how strong a squad is how well somebody who probably hasn't played in that position for most of the year, how well he can step into that role and perform and execute. And I thought Liva did a great job on the weekend.
We saw that a few weeks ago against the Parramatta, where young Dean Hawkins jumps in, didn't miss a beat, and played outstanding. So hats off to the whole squad. Speaking about the whole squad, Pierre Mazelis looks like he's going to get a run this week against the Chooks in the big cauldron against the Roosters. Tell us a bit more about Pete.
Yeah, Pete is a great kid. He's a funny little kid too. Goes about his business quietly, but he's got a little bit of a cheeky side to him as well. So he's good to have around the boys. But he's also a great player on the field. He's very similar to Cookie. Very deceptive out of dummy half. He's got a strong running game too. Defensively sound as well. So he fits right in with us. And really looking forward to seeing what Pete can bring if he plays.
And that stadium's been sort of knocked over now. They built a new one. But some of your good memories of the old stadium, mate, the old SFS, mate.
Yeah, it wasn't really old to me. It was pretty flash stadium when I first started running around there. So some great memories there, some bad memories as well. But we get a chance to.
The Dragons game in particular.
Oh yeah, the Dragons game, that was a big one.
That was you're only a young boy.
I was remembering the semi-final we had in 2018 against the Roosters, which was one to forget. But obviously a lot of memories there. But we get a chance to. Go there with a clean slate and see how good we can play. So looking forward to it.
And have you had a chance to watch the Roosters much in the last few weeks? They've been in pretty good form.
I've seen little snippets and clips here and there. I haven't watched much footy at all, to be honest. But they look like they're in some great form. They're playing really good footy. At a good time of the season, and they're going to be good. So we can't go into the game underestimating them. We have to be on our game. We have to. Perform well if we want to win.
It'd be a big loss. Victor Radley, obviously not playing this week. Had a pretty heavy head knock. How much of a loss is he to?
Yeah, massive. He's one of their aggressors of their pack. Gets there, can change momentum of a game really well, and obviously he's a key link between their forwards and their halves as well in the middle of the field. So he's got good ball playing, running game there as well. So I'm sure they've got a lot of depth there, just like us, and I'm sure. Whoever's there will be just as much of a threat, and I hope he pulled up all right after that head knock's pretty heavy one. So I hope he's okay.
Yeah, here on Rabbitohs Fan TV, we always feel sorry for the Roosters, and this week they're going to run out and probably get booed at their own home stadium. You got any words of sympathy for them this week?
Not really. No.
I think Sydney FC will be cheered when they run out. The Waratahs will. Don't get me wrong, mate. They will be booed when they run out this Friday night.
We'll see.
Good luck against the Roosters, man. I'm sure you'll get them.
No worries. Thanks.
All good. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thanks, mate.
Good luck. Thank you. Might see you on Thursday. Do you want to say anything, chaps? Let's just jump in here and have a quick word. Well, there you have it. That was another live stream, and I feel like so we've got some people on here we can just mention. So William Zammit just jumped on and said, "What a man! Keep up the great work, boys." Our channel member Trevor Gillis. Anyone to know? Yes. We've also got Regan, Two-gamer twins. So we had a few jump on there. Cohen Matthews.
Well, just to let you know, if
Phil's
anything you
gaming
want to know, it wasn't the full squad out here today. They always rest. I've been saying it for weeks too. Big Latrell's having a little rest. He's up the farm. Campbell Graham's had a rest as well. Just resting those bones. He had a couple of big hits on the weekend. He might have been in concussion protocol. We don't know that, but Captain's Run will know a little bit more. And the other news, you probably heard me ask it a few times, I'm pretty sure Peter Mamazelis will get a run this week in the 17th. Yeah. Teams aren't named yet, but Coach Shady did indicate that to us at the P&O post-match members function the other day, Mova.
Yeah, true. So there's a question here, are they going to rest players? Well, look, we don't know, and it's a big question. I mean, no.
I'll say no. No chance.
It depends on results and that too, but this game's going to mean something either way. We're either going to be playing for a home final or for 5th or 8th spot or whatever it is. So I believe that we're going to...
We don't. Look, I mean, there's ramifications. I think it probably does lean on that Thursday night game. Obviously, they're on the same points, Melbourne and Parramatta. So it doesn't matter about for and against for them. Whoever wins goes in the top 4. Whoever doesn't drops out. It's the same with us and the Roosters.
And Chas, we've got breaking news here. We've got Razzle Dazzle Brown, our third co-host. He's chatting in the live stream. So even though it's only just me and you here, our trio is available for talking.
He's on night shift at the moment, guys. So he's got a short temper. So we left him at home. You get angry on night shift. That's just the way it is.
Yeah. And also, I mean, I know a lot of the fans want to stay at home, Bush Chaps, but we're team.
Oh, we live around here, mate. It's different for us, and I can understand if you live near Homebush or it's an easier commute, and I'm fine with that. I think they are going to play some games at Homebush regardless if we get into that stadium, which, look, money talks in this world, and it makes financial sense to have the biggest supported membership in rugby league in the world, the biggest fan base in the world, the most successful rugby league team of all time, play at the brand new stadium out there. Now Nick Politis, he's got a bit of pull, but he ain't got the pull of our man Albo. Don't worry about that.
We've got, and Matt Thistlethwaite, and we've got all the local mayors and everything, so they're on our side. But so okay, you might have saw we did a live stream here yesterday. It was our most successful live stream at Redfern Oval, and Brownie said Cam Murray is the best forward in the game. Yes, we agree with that. So look, we're live streaming a lot of stuff now. We feel like it's a way for we can connect with you guys via our live chat, and while there's a community group just singing next door, we'll just get through this and
a little bit of kumbaya next door, but
and then so we're going to be back on Thursday for the captain's run. It's a big captain's run. You can either come down here and sit in the stands and watch the team and get some autographs, or you can just watch our live stream here on Rabbitohs Fan TV.
Yeah, it's all worth getting out here. I reckon we made a big contingent today. We had a school come down for Woodbury up in the Hunter Valley. They were going to the museums in the city and all that, and they cut down here and got some photos and pictures and autographs with Cody Walkers and all the big names. So it was a big thrill for the young kids. They nearly knocked Novo's camera over and my coffee, but you know what? They're having a good time, and we don't want to knock anyone for having a good time.
And we saw Dave McAlooney down here. He's a good mate of ours. We work with him, and he used to work on the field for the Rabbitohs, and we had him protecting the camera legs in case anyone knocked it over. Will you boys be joining in the choir after the live stream? No, Brownie, we will not. Wayne Taylor said...
I will, Brownie. I'll jump in.
Kumbaya, my lord, kumbaya. And Wayne Taylor said he's in Bathurst and hopefully he can make it. But Wayne Taylor in Bathurst, if you can't make it here to Redfern, you can watch this live stream. We'll take you to the Captain's Run live and free on Rabbitohs Fan TV. We've also got Just Tooney. I'm going to the game, but even still, I think we should be resting players, especially Latrell. I think we need to protect him for suspension.
Well, they rested him today. He wasn't here at training, so there's his day off. He'll be playing Friday.
Look, I was speaking to Keith McGraw from the juniors today, and he said, would you want to play in that game, Mavo? This is a historic game against the Roosters at the opening of this $800 million stadium. I know what I want to be doing.
That's a good point.
I'd want to be playing, regardless. And we don't want to give this mob anything. We don't want to rest players and hand them a win. We want to beat the Chooks.
If you want him to be rested, you bring the biggest shotgun you got to stop Latrell Mitchell from playing this Friday night. And want to be a big shotgun, I'll tell you now. Because that's what you're going to need to stop a bloke like that who plays the game with as much passion and pizzazz as anyone. And I was only just speaking to one of the Junos there, and he agreed that, look, he's a big game player, and come Friday night, they don't get any bigger than this.
No, and I'll tell you what, something else that doesn't get any bigger, we've got Anthony A. There's this elbow, And he said, you guys add to the family feel of our beloved club through this channel. Can't express the smiles it puts on people's faces, particularly important for those supporters in the bush. Well, that's exactly right, Albo. I don't know if it is Albo, it could be just another Anthony A, but...
Our team, all right, the team. He's out in the bush today.
As an example, we went live at the Captain's Run last week, and young Benny Lovett was on the field, and I focused in on him and said, there's Benny Lovett. And his dad was sitting at Parks, because he's a Parks spaceman, as you know, our regular channel members would know. He's sitting out at Parks, and he was so thrilled that I was able to take the cameras on his son live here at Redfern. So that's the way we can connect the community, like Brandon
Last
said.
I put on the Google Maps, Parks ain't around the corner, I'll tell you now. It's a fair way out there, so to be able to bring everyone here at training, it's a bit of a thrill for us, and we're lucky that I'm off this week, Mobo's off this week, so I don't know about the semi-finals. I'm going to probably struggle. I've got a bit of work on the semi-finals, but definitely be here for Captain's Run on Thursday, and we'll have a little chat, and we'll see how Brownie goes. Brownie, you half a chance, Brownie?
Oh, he's on night shift, so
he's off. I think it's his last one.
Oh, he is too, so yeah, we'll see, but we might wrap it up, but this live stream's brought to you by NG Farah, the best in the business. And Thursday's Captain's Run will be brought to you by Darryl Lee, where there's something special in every bite. See you later. Thanks for jumping on.
Thanks, guys. Kumbaya, my lord.
I stopped.